Hey guys, how you doing? So today we're going to talk about S versus N, sensing versus intuition. Now, the first thing you need to understand is the simplicity of the matter. So I believe in breaking everything down into the simple basics, especially when you're, well, really all the time, not just when you're trying to learn something. So let's draw a little thing here. S N. So what is sensing and intuition? Well, really, they're both describing the same type of thing. They're describing observation. So, sensing is external observation, intuition is internal observation. And like I've said before, it exists on a continuum. So everyone is capable of internal observation and external observation. And I just realized you can't see the sensing side of the graph there. Uh, but I think you still get the point. So everyone is capable of doing both. So, you know, some people have this idea that if you're a sensing type, you don't intuit. Everyone intuits, everyone senses. This is not it has to do with levels. Just like in a video recently when I was talking about masculine and feminine energy, it has to do with levels. It has to do with preference. It has to do with what you do most often. Everyone leans towards a side. So, sensing types are capable of using their intuition. They're capable of this internal attention, this internal observation, which really, intuition, that's what that means. Intuition really just means internal attention. Okay. Internal attention. Sensing is external attention, observation. And yes, some people may be confusing this with introversion and extroversion, which they can be confounded in this way incorrectly. So there is a difference. Sensing types, introverts who are also sensing types, their interest is primarily the external, their external observation. You notice an ISTP is always focused on something external. That's one of the main differences actually between INTPs and ISTPs is the difference between internal attention and external attention. So yeah, one interesting thing about intuitives and sensors is sensing types have a much greater capacity for enjoying life, for consuming and just enjoying life. Intuitive types don't have this capacity. They don't have the capacity for just enjoying life. It's something they need to work on. They tend to be more restless and always trying to improve everything, improve themselves, improve their situation. Now, it's not to say sensing types aren't concerned with these things. It's just they're not so restless about it. They can relax. They can relax and enjoy life, whereas intuitive types have a much harder time with this. The people who tend to be into self development, really into self development, tend to be intuitive types. It tends to be more of an abstract idea of improving yourself. This ideal self that you have tends to be more of an abstract concept. So sensing types will be more interested in improving themselves in more concrete ways, things that are more relevant to their life, like for their job, things like that. Whereas intuitive types will want to improve themselves in almost every way they can. And that includes psychological health, mental health improvement. So intuitive types, like I said, it has to do with polarity and opposites. So naturally, the opposite of external attention is internal attention, which is intuition. So someone who uses primarily abstract words or is interested in primarily abstract concepts, that is an intuitive type. No matter what other kind of arguments you have for their type, that is an intuitive type, period. So if you think you're a sensing type and you're primarily interested in abstract concepts, you're not a sensing type. Plain and simple. I mean, it's that simple. If you're an intuitive type and you're not interested and you don't speak primarily about abstract concepts and use abstract language, you're not an intuitive type, period. Now, don't take this to mean that an intuitive type can't speak about more concrete matters when they need to. Like, for example, when they're making a video about more concrete matters, or whatever else. Everyone can do both. So don't take that to mean, don't start counting people's words and being like, oh well, he only had like 9 out of 10 in intuitive words versus or abstract words versus sensing words, so he must be a sensor, whatever. Obviously that's not what that means. Someone who gives more attention and has more energy for abstract concepts, that is an intuitive type. Sensing types don't have as much interest and energy for abstract concepts, and they can tolerate them for much shorter periods of time than intuitive types. In fact, oftentimes this is one of the biggest problems between the two. Sensing types will be interested to a degree and want to talk about it to a degree, but usually not in the depth or the length that an intuitive type will. And they can often get kind of annoyed. Some intuitive types watching probably know what I'm talking about, where you want to keep talking on and on about something, where the sensing type's kind of over it at a certain point. So those are some basic differences. This is just going to be a very introductory video, and we're going to leave it at that for now, guys. Any questions you have, let me know. Make sure you like and subscribe. Join my Facebook group, all that. Thanks for watching, guys.